Well, hello, everybody, and we're coming to you live today on, I guess, Black Friday, 2017. And I just want to welcome you. I wanted to just get on here real quick, and what I love to do when I get something exciting or new. I'm one. I don't really like reading manuals and that kind of thing, and I'm just like an in the moment type of person. And so, what I wanted to do today, I wanted to. I've heard a lot of talk. I've heard a lot of good friends on different groups, and a friend that I've been following, Jake Jacobs. He's just a fantastic keyboardist, and he was talking about the Ravenscroft. And I've heard the name over the years with the people looking for piano libraries and that kind of thing. And so I thought today that we would dive into it. And so they were having a special Black Friday special, the VI Labs. And so I thought, what better way to introduce people to this instrument? And I've just been messing around with it just a little bit because I want to discover it with you. I want to hear it with you. I want to go through the controls with you guys, and we'll discover this together. So I just want to go ahead and pull it up, and we'll just dive right in. So here we go. Here basically, this is another thing. I'm just being introduced to the UVI workstation engine. I'm been familiar with Contact and Halion Sonic and that kind of thing. This is the first time that I've been exposed to the UVI workstation, and there's another video that I'm working on that has to do with the virtual Hammond organs, the B5 from Acoustic Samples. I'm going to be doing that real soon. So, but just wanted to jump out here and just check this out. So, basically, the UVI workstation is similar to Contact in a way where it acts as a host, a sample library host. It runs with an iLok. You need an iLok account. They use that for the copy protection, that kind of thing. And this is a huge library. I think it's like over 4 gigs of piano samples, like what they said, 17,000 samples. And you can go on their website in the link and just learn more of the details about what went into producing this piano. So let's just look at the interface. And so the way the UVI workstation goes is you browse where your libraries are stored. And here's where I have the Ravenscroft. And you have like all of the mic positions. You have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 different mic positions that you can choose from. And so I'm just going to load the initial patch here so we can see all of them. And you've got a little tuning fork here. And then you have the velocity curve here where you can adjust the velocity curve, which is great. And really, it makes a whole lot of difference when you're playing to get the curve right. I use a Studio Logic SL88, SL880, I think, and I've had it for years, and I love the action. And so we're going to just kind of, I like having a little dip in my response, just not really a straight linear curve, but more of just like a little slope in there. Now this is where the magic happens in the little settings cog here. So this brings you up to the main screen, and I guess one thing I like about this is that it puts all the controls on one screen. You're not going through different menus. You're not diving through hoops to try to get to something, a simple setting. And so that makes it real immediate and intuitive for me. And so when you first load the program up, it automatically chooses the close set of samples. And so you notice here's the close, and here's the area that they're miking. They're miking it right over the hammers. And so, let's just dive in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute the microphone here, and so you can. So what you hear is only the piano sound, and then we'll just come. I'll come back and we'll just see what happens. Wow. Now, now the thing you got to know about me is that once again I'm a spur of the moment type of guy. Um, I'm just like in the moment, and so what I play here, I've not rehearsed it. This is just coming. This is coming from my response to what I'm hearing on the piano. So when you hear me playing notes and things on the piano, this is just coming as a response to what I'm hearing. And there's a really, I don't know, it's just the sounds. Sometimes will play you as a musician. You'll do things, you'll do chords or changes and things based on what you're feeling and hearing. And so this is what we're doing. And the cool thing is that was without any effects. I didn't have any reverbs turned on or anything. That was just the close mic position. So we're going to go back, and I'll just kind of play some, and I might leave the mic on because you might hear some reaction or whatever. But I'll just go ahead. We'll just go through the different mic positions here real quick. So the cool thing about this is you can load the samples in, and I'll go ahead and do that. I'm basically running an Intel i5 machine, Windows 10, using a PreSonus VSL22 USB interface. And I've got like 32 gigs of RAM in this machine, so I've got a lot of memory in here, which is great. Running this off of a Samsung SSD drive as well. So I'm just going to load all the samples in, and you can see that check mark means that all of the mic position samples are loaded. And then let's just bring down the faders here, and that's the cool thing. You can shape and mix the sounds that you want. Yeah, okay, so let's try the player position. Now the player position has the mics just where you see the indicators here. It's mic'd kind of like in the perspective of you sitting in front of the piano, what you would hear. So let's check that out. Now, I don't know if you heard, there's a little couple of pops, and it could be because I'm streaming here, recording and streaming, doing audio, so doing a whole lot. But believe me, when I was just kind of messing around a little bit before, I was really playing a whole lot. And you got to remember too, we've got all of the samples loaded. So let's just try some more and just see how far we can push this. And I'll do some more of the player, and then we'll go into some of the other mic positions. And as you can hear on that low end, listen to this the low end. Just very powerful, very full, rich, and powerful low end. It's just beautiful. And just listen to that sustain. It's just gorgeous. And then as you move up the keyboard, especially in the middle, you get a really nice bite. It's a little metallic, just a real nice bright bite. I'm not a classical accompanist, but I play one on TV. Okay, now let's switch over to the side microphones, and of course, again, here we are on the side. Let's try that. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. And I'm seeing some things here which are interesting. You have una corda samples. You have muted strikes. Let's just see what that... Let's just load that and see what happens with that. And I need to go and read the manual on some of these. And you have half pedal samples, and which are cool. It's just adds to the realism of the experience here. So let's turn up the room mics here. And then you see how the room mics they position them here. Really cool. Okay. Yeah, and see, looking over here, you have the volume for the release samples. And let's just let's go back to the close mic so we can maybe hear. Let's crank it up. See, that's with it all the way down. And release samples are very important. I mean, that's one of the things I noticed when I was doing the Waves Rhapsody Fazioli piano, is that it tended to just have that kind of real quick cutoff feel, and that's why these are so important. It just when you hit a note and let it go, it just doesn't get cut off like that. So you have something that kind of rings out, and it just doesn't die. It just kind of nice decays. So it just sounds good. It sounds good to me. Pedal noise. Let's check that out. So okay, so I'm going to mute the mic and I'm going to push the pedal down and listen to what happens. It's like the dampers coming off the strings. You just hear the sound of the air and of the piano. So here we go. I'm going to mute the mic, then I'm going to just give a motion like this to tell you when I'm hitting the pedal. So it adds a little more to that realism, to that air. Key noises. Let's just crank it up and hear what that sounds. I'm going to turn these other thing. And it might be, let's turn up the side mic here. Yeah, you can kind of hear those. Because a piano is a very, there's a lot going on. When you hit a note on a real acoustic piano, it is just a lot going on. A lot of kinetic energy being released. You're shooting a hammer up and knocking on a string. So there's a lot going on here. Okay. And so let's listen to the room samples one more time. And I'm going to adjust the pedal noises and the release volumes a little bit more. And yeah, some of these things I want to get more familiar with, like the silent strikes and stereo width here. So what this allows you to do, it's all the way 100%. It helps you to help the sound of the piano fit into the mix better. So I'm going to just go ahead and bring this. Let's go ahead and use the close mic again. It kind of gives you a better perspective. So I'm going to just slowly, till it's like a mono, Yeah, so it can fit right. And I do not notice any kind of weird phasing or cancellation or anything like that. So let's just go back to 100%. And you just hear it going all the way. Just all the way across that stereo field, which is beautiful. Okay. And the sympathetic resonance is a really cool feature. And you have an adjustment on how much polyphony is being used to. So when you're hitting a note on the piano, the dampers are lifted, and then the strings and the harmonics going on. There's the vibrations going on. It will excite the other strings in the piano. So the sympathetic resonance just allows all of those additional excited strings, the harmonics and stuff to come through. And so this gives you an adjustment over that. So let's just hear what that sounds like. That's with it off, and let's just bring it slowly up. And you really hear it when the sustain pedal's held down. Yes, yeah. You just hear that ringing out, which is beautiful. And just the pedal resonances and everything, just the details. They really went into a lot of detail with this to get you exactly, just to get you into the piano, which is really cool. And you have an adjustment on the tone. And then I'm thinking this might be like a format type of shift here. Yeah. You see what I'm talking about? It just gives you some really cool possibilities. And so let's bring that back to 0. So you can have a really super bright tone. And you hear that ringing and just the life. There's life. It's alive. There's life in there. It's just not just a dull static sample. I'm just going to set this down. Okay, let's bring it back to the other end. Just nice and dark. So it'll help you fit it into whatever mood or style that you're using, that you have that control. Man, that's cool. Dynamic range, just how the piano responds according to your velocity. You have a curve. You see that curve that with the dynamic range according to your how hard you play. This I think is just the sampling and triggering the different layers of sampling, how the samples respond. This is more of that dynamic range that you can control. And again, I just like a little slope in that. Okay, so let's just have a little bit more fun, and we'll jump off of here, and for now. And like always, if there's any questions or if you've got anything that you want to go back and focus on, please let me know in the comments, and we will I'll address it. That's what I'm here for. So the reverb section is really cool. It gives you so many different. Okay. Okay, now this is a problem that I've run into before with OBS. I've seen these menus pop up, but evidently there's an issue with OBS, maybe with OpenGL or something. But I'm seeing a whole list of you see my ghost mouse coming up here. So you have a whole section of different reverb settings. So let's go to the small concert hall. This is the small concert hall here. And let's just crank it up a little bit. And let's use the side mic setting. Okay. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Just a nice little intimate room here. And just listen to that air and space. That's what really brings me into an instrument. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to just mix this up a little bit, where put a little bit of the room in there, put a little bit of the side, the player, and the close mics. And then here, you might not be able to see this, but let's diamond room. Let's hear what that sounds like. I don't, just the materials. It's a really that's an interesting reverb. And let's just see. Yeah. Let's do a symphonic hall, and I have I have it about 75%, 80% wet. Man, very beautiful. Wow. Okay. See, it's just beautiful. You can just have so much fun with this, and just make some very beautiful music with this. Okay, let's put this back in a smaller, nice and small. So you can just have some fun. So, right. Well, I'm going to jump off here, and I just hope you have a wonderful rest of this Thanksgiving weekend, and we're looking forward to beautiful holiday season. And during the season, just remember to be thankful, and love your families, love your friends, and just make some beautiful music. So until next time, we'll see you soon.